Good day to everybody in the world. You know, basically, there's no way they are going to make England lose two straight Euro finals. Just there's no way they're going to do that. And really, if it was not, it was if it was never supposed to be England, they would have already been out of the tournament. The Swiss would have been through to the semifinals. Slovenia would have held on in the 91st minute. So basically, how I look at it, England is one win away from winning the Euro title because if they make it to the final, it is coming home. Football is heading back home. And what it comes down to is not Bastille Day or anything like that. I mean, what did Madeira Day mean for Cristiano Ronaldo, right? It meant nothing. He had a terrible game. Madeira Day didn't matter. So England are going to win the Euro because they're winning at Germany. Their last trophy occurred against Germany. Their next trophy at Germany. That is a way to look at England. We also have to look at the Ballon d'Or race. He wins La Liga. He wins the Champions League against his former team. I kind of theorized that it could be Harry Kane, but for Harry Kane, it doesn't matter about Ballon d'Or. For him, he just has to get the scripted first trophy. Although Bayern did lose the Champions League right after he came off, but it's Jude Bellingham. Without Bellingham's moment of pure magic, a miracle bicycle kick, without that bicycle kick, England don't win the Euros. He already won the Champions League. So Jude Bellingham is going to win the 68th edition of the Ballon d'Or. When England win this Euro, the most iconic moment will be the bicycle kick by Jude Bellingham. The bicycle kick by Jude Bellingham. Bukayo Saka's redemption for the Euro miss. You get the feel that these scripts, these plots are being written on a round-to-round basis. Gareth Southgate's redemption for his missed penalty for the tactics surrounding the Euro 2021 final. Oh, they didn't go for it. They sat back. They didn't get a second goal, this and that. But here they are. England are in the semifinals. They're one win away from the final. And as I've said, England are always going to be a team to win the Euro as long as you have these players that can produce these moments of absolute brilliance. In Bukayo Saka, that was a moment of brilliance. The dribble and the shot through a bunch of traffic. That shot don't look easy. To squeeze the ball right through traffic. You have Swiss player there. You have Swiss player there to find the ball straight through the Swiss back line. Bodies behind. It's not easy to do. That bicycle kick, could we do that at that moment of the game? I mean, these are memorable moments. So England in a penalty shootout. Death taxes and England losing the penalty shootout. And they made every single one of their kicks. They made every single one of their penalties. When does that ever happen for England? Well, it did happen on Friday. It did happen against the Swiss. They're one win away from the final. And England, by winning the Euros, Bellingham is going to secure his Ballon d'Or, and the pundits are going to be creating stirring rumors that Mbappe is going to have a problem with Bellingham being the guy. Mbappe is going to dismantle the locker room, the dressing room of Real Madrid. Mbappe wants the spotlight. He won't let Bellingham take the spotlight. Now the pundits are ready to say that Mbappe is ready to destroy Real Madrid. That's what would happen if Bellingham wins everything. Champions League without Mbappe, and he wins the Euros. Real Madrid can't win. Mbappe's jealous of Bellingham. There are problems on the pitch. This and that, this and that, this and that. But don't worry, Don Carlo is going to take care of all of that. But what this Euro comes down to, it is the Diego Maradona Finalissima. Argentina defeat England for yet another trophy. The next England-Argentina match in 20 years, if they're not scheduled for international friendlies or anything like that, it's going to come in the form of Finalissima 20 years later, and Messi's going to match at 20. Why else would Argentina and England have the easiest of draws? Why else? Why else? If it's not supposed to be England, they're going to lose against the Netherlands. But when England win, they're winning the final. It doesn't matter if it's Spain. It doesn't matter if it's France. England are winning the final. And football is heading home. And play not to lose. Tournament football is here to stay. It's about not losing. We've seen it again and again and again. The Champs is just not going to lose it. He's not going to win it, but he's just not going to lose it. Now, how different is the Shams from Gareth Southgate? Bottom line is tournament football is tournament football. It's first and foremost not about losing. Making it till the very end, whether if it's an penalty shootout, whether it be extra time, you want to win it with their substitutions. That is the very nature of tournament football it's not just this Euro tournament. Portugal was boring. Some people say Italia was boring, even though they scored 2 goals in extra time against Austria. They scored 2 against Belgium, but I'm talking about the games against Spain, where Spain had all the possession, and I'm talking about the game against England as well. In Portugal, they kind of took their way to extra time and all of that and wrote to 0-0 in extra time, and then a moment of brilliance from Ader. So it's tournament football. It happens quadrennially. It happens every time there's a major tournament. Haven't seen the 2-1 scores, anything of that nature, really. But it is tournament football. But I do think teams now more than ever are just trying not to lose it. They're trying not to lose it. And it works. It worked for Didier Deschamps. It worked for Fernando Santos. It worked for Spain every game won up to 2010 World Cup. It worked. And it's here to stay. And this is Jude Bellingham's moment. This is where legends are born. The bicycle kick. Without the bicycle kick, they're out of the tournament. They don't win the Euro. Coming off a Champions League title, Jude Bellingham is going to win Ballon d'Or. Now that Brazil are out and Vinicius only scored against a weak, what is it, Panama team? It was a weak Panama team or something like that, I think. So that wasn't a great opponent, and Vinicius hasn't. The international tournament for Brazil, if he played, would they have won? Would they have still lost? That is up to interpretation. But the bottom line is that it's coming home, and Messi will he will defeat England. The 16th goal for Argentina against England, I think, is the top clue. Because if you win 16th Copa America, you play in a Finalissima, and Argentina scored their 16th goal against England, and next thing you know, mano, hand of God, mano's hand in Spanish, hand is gematria of 16. You have to look into Diego Maradona's legendary game. Why is it that Messi would win Copa America's 39th Copa America match? Argentina can beat England in a major tournament again 39 years after 1986 would be springtime, May uh, of 2025. So that's what you have to ask yourself. Bono is 16 again. 16th Copa America, 16th goal against England all time for Argentina. They have 15 goals right now against England. Yes, because everything's okay. Because Neymar's going to come back. Douglas Luiz is going to start. They're going to make some changes. They'll be just fine. They didn't lose a match during Copa America. They had a draw, and the other match went to penalties. A strong Uruguay team, and yet they didn't lose the match to Uruguay. They only lost on a penalty shootout. So there's some things they have to fix, yes, but it's not a big deal. They still didn't lose any match during Copa America. And that is without finding your best lineup. So they're okay. They're perfectly fine. But yeah, they need better attacking midfielders. But I think you'll be able to find them somewhere in Europe or in the Brazilian Championship. Neymar's going to come back and play for Santos, and then he's going to win the World Cup in tribute to Pele as a leader and as the all-time goal scorer. Neymar to summarize his legacy after the death of Pele. And Messi won't be 100% for the rest of the tournament if he's having muscular injuries with Inter Miami. He's not playing every 3 days in La Liga and the Champions League. Then you gotta be realistic. Is he really going to be fit enough to lead Argentina to another run? If they do need a win, Lautaro Martinez being the golden boot of Copa America, that could be setting the stage for Argentina. They would be okay. Move on from Messi, and Messi's ready to hand the keys over to the next group of players to lead Argentina into the future. This could be it for Lionel Messi. You got to be prepared for all that stuff. He's not a Cristiano Ronaldo who's desperate to chase a non-existent GOAT debate. That's not what's going on with Lionel Messi. Is it, do I feel fit? Do I want to continue? Or am I ready to move on to other endeavors, business endeavors, family, all that? So it's very different. Because the other guy, he said it was his last Euro, but he didn't say he wasn't going to play in the World Cup. He's going to do everything he can to pad the stats against Luxembourg and Cyprus and then play in the World Cup. But it doesn't matter if it's Spain or France again. Three Lions is 53. Meister is 53. Mbappe is 53. But let's say if Spain are playing in the final instead, it'd be Spain's 53rd match in the Euros in their history. So Spain, France, it doesn't matter. The 53 Meister in England in the final, 53rd match for Spain against the Three Lions if they do make it to the final. So by conclusion, you can infer that regardless of who wins between Spain and France, the numbers say the winner of that game is going to face off against Three Lions in the final. Because the champions in German gematria, the host is from a German country. Three Lions 53, the champions 53. Mbappe 53, he's in the semifinal. The bottom line, I'm going with France against Spain. Bottom line, no Carvajal, no Pedro. Bottom line, experience kills. England do have experience. Spain, Carvajal is out. That's a big loss. Yamal is young. Williams is young. Yamal is going to be up against fast, speedy wingback players from France. So, and he hasn't scored a goal yet in the Euros. So people need to pipe down just a little bit because he only scored against Georgia and Cyprus in the friendly. He's only 16. He's only 16. So, but again, he's not reached that star stage yet. He's a brilliant young player, but people need to pipe down about him being the best winger in the world. People are so quick to overhype young players. Just let Yamal develop. Let him develop. And this Argentina-England match will be played in the United States. I don't know who would host Finalissima. I'm pretty interested. Who's going to host Finalissima? You will remember that bicycle kick. That bicycle kick is not going to be, it's not going to be forgotten. It's going to be remembered for decades, for years, for decades. A bicycle kick like that, it has just been written to win the Euro. If England win a penalty shootout, I've got news. Nothing's stopping them right now. They're winning the Euros. They have fate, luck, and scripting and destiny in their side. There's nothing you can do about it. Because they're waiting for Messi's moment of magic against England like Diego Maradona. He got his handball against Netherlands. Yes, he did. He did get his handball, but a little bit something else. If it's his last international trophy and he has a brilliant free kick or something against England, then that's what I can see Messi do in Finalissima. I don't think Messi scored against Italia in that Finalissima. Who were the goal scorers? Martinez certainly did. He had a brilliant assist. Di Maria did. Yeah, without Di Maria in finals, it's like, Angel of Mary is what his name, and this guy always scores in finals. Angel of Mary is what Angel Di Maria means. Di Maria, Maria's Mary, Angel of Mary. Without Angel of Mary, they lose against Germany. With him against France, guess what? He scores. They beat France. He's told them that he's going to return to Santos right after he leaves Saudi Arabia. He's going to play with Santos. They're going to win the Brazilian Championship after being relegated. So maybe I should put a bet on Santos. Neymar's going to be the man of magic. Maybe he can recruit some of his friends over there. I don't know. If he has any friends in Brazil, I don't know who they are because I don't know anything about Brazilian soccer, but he can always recruit some friends, and Santos can win a Brazilian championship, not immediately after Pele's death, but after their worst time in history. If they get relegated, they can win a championship. Juventus got relegated, they won championships again. Just Santos, they're going to be okay because other clubs have been relegated, and they responded just fine. So it's only a brief downtime for the legendary club of Pele. Yeah, but you see, if Messi doesn't score against Italia, then I think he'll definitely score in the upcoming Finalissima. Garrett Southgate's born on 3-9, the third day of September. That can be like Messi's 39th Copa America match. 9-3, September the 3rd, he'd be 9-3 in the knockouts in the Euro and the World Cup, entering the final of the Euro Championship. Meister's 53 in Gematria. Garrett Southgate's 53 years of age. 53 is perhaps the biggest number when breaking down the European Championship. Not prime number in 17 or anything like that. It is the champions in German Gematria that you have to connect the entire European Championship to. I do like Kane to score. against Holland, he has 65 goals. He can score his 66th goal against Holland. Then home in reverse is Camacho 67. Home in the reverse Camacho, so he can score a 67th goal in the final. Or 68 if it happens to be a crazy game. Everyone's crying about 0-0, but then it's 2-2 or 3-2, something like that. Be my guest. It's a final, and the approach could be changed for the final for all we know. But 57% say Cody Gakpo. One of these two guys is going to score 2 more goals, whether it be Bellingham or Kane. Gakpo is going to be scoreless against England. They're going to lose, and one of these English players are going to win the Ballon d'Or. One of them is going to win the Golden Boot. Harry Kane could still win Golden Boot, but then Bellingham wins the Best Player of the Tournament award. You know, the 1-0 he scored against Serbia, the deciding goal that then allowed Harry Kane to get the go-ahead goal. Without Bellingham's goal, that doesn't happen. So he's been the best player. He's been the most impactful player for his team in these lone moments where England needed a goal. So this is all I have to say. France and Spain is a toss-up, but there's a big narrative for England revenge against France. You can't forget about the World Cup and Harry Kane's penalty miss after 83 minutes, and then 83 weeks and a day after that quarterfinal. The two teams can meet up in a final. This has England revenge written all over it. The biggest rival of France dating back to colonial days can spoil Bastille Day. That's what England can do in the final. They lose again with their shots, and these approaches in these final matches hurt France, and they need a killer like Zinedine Zidane. I still back the fact that they will not win a trophy until Zidane becomes manager. In France, they're going to lose to Brazil in the World Cup. Because Mbappe talked all this shit about South America. He lost against Argentina. He's going to lose against Brazil. And he still needed 2 penalties. He still needed 2 penalties against Argentina. So there we go. Again, team of destiny. If it was not supposed to be England, then they're basically not making the final. But basically, England have already won the Euro when they make it to the final, because they're not losing 2 straight finals. This Finalissima is about Diego Armando Maradona. Messi entered the knockout with 108 goals in his career. Not only entering Copa America, but he's entering the knockouts with 108 goals. Diego Maradona is 107. Heart attack in Napoli is Camacho of 108. Well, I think England will win in regulation, but France and in Spain, though, I don't think there'll be any penalties. I think both are going to end in 90 minutes. That's just me. That's going against the trend of the tournament, but maybe some moments of magic can occur without needing penalties or any of that. Certainly can't see Spain going to penalties unless if they just happen to be so much better, and then Deschamps is going to let it be decided in a shootout. But when I feel about Greece, I think about England. You have to luck their way to a Euro. They feel like Portugal. I think Italia dominated Belgium. I think they dominated and they played the game they had to against Spain and all that possession. They did what they had to do. I'm feeling the grease. I'm feeling the grease in England's team. Just they're not going far. England, they play like a small country. Well, here they are. They feel like an underdog. I don't give a damn if they're the favorite entering the tournament. The fact that they playing like an underdog, they feel like an underdog to me. I like their talent, but the way people talk about England is they're pretty much an underdog. People thought the Swiss were going to deliver this week. They didn't deliver. Now they're ready to say the Netherlands are going to win 3-1, 5-1. That's what they're already saying. It's not just haters. It's English people saying their team is going to lose because Garrett Southgate. Man, these people are moaners. They are moaning and crying every single round, and they're just not living in the moment and saying, "Oh, we're in the semifinal. We've got a chance. It could come home. It could come home." No, they're just being bores. They're being such doom and gloom. It's like live in the moment and support your team, man. That's all I have to say. If Italia, I don't care if they played really bad, allow 15 shots. If they win, they're in the semifinal. I'm like, hey, yay. But anyway, I'm out and live for the streams Tuesday. France and Spain, Argentina, Canada. Wednesday, we've got uh, the England, Netherlands, and then Colombia, Uruguay to end with a banger right there. A 27 match win streak up against Uruguay, who just beat Brazil. That'll be just as exciting as a France, Spain, or England, Netherlands. Three great matches, and Argentina are definitely the huge favorite over Canada.